Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we are finally back in the room. For those of you who are just joining us, welcome to the watch-along, the second half watch-along of the game here at the Bob Lucas Stadium. Of course, I am sat in the comfort of the beautiful Beverley. The score is 0-0, as you will most likely be aware, but we can now watch the rest of the second half together, or I can describe it to you, of course, as well as keeping up to date with all of the action taking place around the Vanarama National League South today. Plenty of action already, so just before we get back underway here, which will be in a few moments' time, an update on the scores elsewhere in the division. So at Twerton Park, Bath City leading Truro City by 1-0. That goal coming thanks to Wanjao Smith. Eastbourne Borough half-time lead Enfield Town by 1-0. That goal coming from Alfie Pavey. Hornchurch lead Farnborough by 1-0. Maidstone United at the Gallagher giving away an early 1-0 lead. Chelmsford City coming back storming in front. It's now Maidstone United 1, Chelmsford City 2. Salisbury 1, Chesham United 2. Same story there. Salisbury with the early lead. Chesham United routing the rest of the first half. Tonbridge Angels and St Albans City currently one of 3 0-0 games this evening. Torquay United having a very comfortable first 45. 3-0 to the good at home to Chippenham Town. Weston-super-Mare and Slough Town also goalless. So the Hampton and Richmond players just warming up again. There have been a couple of substitutions already in the first half. Jerry Wiltshire forced off with that injury. Mauro Vallette coming on for him. And then at half-time, Chris Campbell is coming on just now to replace Alfie Williams. So Hampton and Richmond, 2 substitutes down already. They do also have available to them Alex Wall, Renedy Masampu and Archie Taylor still on the bench. So we'll see how the rest of that pans out. But we are ready to go here at the Bob Lucas Stadium. Weymouth 0, Hampton and Richmond 0. Second half, just awaiting the referee's whistle. Hampton and Richmond playing in white, blue, white. And they have kicked off, kicking from left to right. Dom Revan, of course, returning to the side this evening and looking back to his normal self. A very consistent player when he is available, making his first contribution to Alan Julian's side since that opening day defeat, where he did come off injured at the end of the first half. Hampton and Richmond at that point were still leading and looking good for the lead as well. Dom Revan, a particular standout in that first 45 minutes. So it's very welcome to have him back as Hampton and Richmond give the ball away. Josh Keir trying to win it back, unable to do so. Here come the Terrors. Now inside the box. It's pinched away from the attacker. And Hampton and Richmond save it from going out for a corner and instead a throw in. So Weymouth looking for that fast start. As I said, at the end of the first half, both teams will feel that they could have had goals already in this game. So a fast start would certainly help for either side. Weymouth taking the initiative so far. Now again, I know a lot of you will just be joining in this second half, so apologies for that. But that does mean I can go over a lot of my research all over again. So if you've already heard it, I make no apologies. We've got a large audience rejoining us for the second half on YouTube, so they get to enjoy it too, of course, as Weymouth look to launch another counter-attack, but it breaks down as it enters the final third and possession turns over at the throw-in. Now, as everybody coming in today will know, it's been a hugely disappointing start for Weymouth. 6 defeats in a row. No goals for, well, now coming up to 500 minutes of football. So their manager, Mark Molesley, 43-year-old, formerly from Aldershot, Bournemouth, Exeter, and a short stint at Weymouth as a midfielder. He was speaking to the Weymouth media team earlier today and told them that we're hurting. This is a difficult time. We feel we should have more points on the board, but there's no hiding from it. We wanted to create more chances and show a little more in possession, but when you go to the top of the table, who haven't lost at home for a year, you know it will be a difficult game. We defended so well, but we were cut loose once. That's what's so frustrating. So, talking about defeat on the weekend, coming against a Slough team who, through that win, made it a whole year unbeaten at home. Quite some achievement for Scott Davies in his first managerial role, still as a player as well, with Weymouth on the attack at the corner flag. Appeals for a handball there, and the referee instead gives the corner for Weymouth anyway, so another chance for them to put the ball on top of Ted Curd, which they've looked to do a couple of times, but each time so far Ted Curd has very much been equal to it. But speaking of Scott Davies, of course, we do have that very special interview with him alongside Alan Julian in the launch of our new series Under the Stands. Make sure to check that out on our YouTube channel as Hampton and Richmond get the corner away from danger and out for a Weymouth throw-in on this near side. Back into a very dangerous area. Oh my goodness, Ted Curd. How has he kept that one out? He wouldn't have known anything about that. He's just flung himself as fast as he could. Incredible reaction times. I wouldn't even be able to begin to tell you who that's come off of. The ball's flashed across his goal. Someone has a shot. I think it takes a big deflection off a Hampton and Richmond shirt as well. Totally blindsiding the keeper. And somehow not only has he reached to it, running across his goal, he's also, the shot had so much power to it, he's gotten it over the bar as well. Weymouth still on the attack though with that corner that resulted from it. Back into a dangerous area again. Weymouth starting this second half very well. Shot from outside the box. And that will be the goal kick just to allow Hampton and Richmond to breathe. But, well, the moment of the game so far for the Beavers, and not at the end they would have wanted it to be. Ted Curd already with a few clean sheets and a few Team of the Week performances to his name. Well on his way to another one there. Absolutely incredible save, which we'll definitely need to see again. And very much hope that can make the highlights after this. That was pretty incredible. And I think Ted Curd, who is a cool customer, I think even he knew that that was a big moment for himself and for Alan Julian's side, who of course host Boreham Wood this Saturday. Tickets for that are available on our website, www.hamrichfc.com. Boreham Wood coming off the back of a disappointing result yesterday, so they'll be hoping to bounce back as well. They lost to the team who overcame us on the weekend. It's, you know, it's like we're all linked together in this league somehow. Worthing with another textbook goal from them. Danny Cashman in the 86th minute, breaking the deadlock at 1-1 to make it 2-1 to Worthing at Meadow Park. So Boreham Wood, who had started off the season very strong indeed, with 3 wins from their first 4, now just stuttering a bit with 2 losses and a draw in the last 3. So they'll be coming to Beverley very much hoping to make that right if they can. So that's why it's very important that Hampton and Richmond do their utmost best to secure the 3 points tonight if possible. Babajide's layoff doesn't quite find who it was intended to, but they do earn themselves the throw-in regardless. Looks like there might be another substitution here this time for Weymouth, but they're not going to make it just yet. Hampton and Richmond still trying to come forwards. Weymouth combine well to win it back, and out of play on the halfway line. No other goals in the opening stages of the second half around the National League South either. Most games entering the 55th minute or so. And the scores still as described at the beginning of the second half. No changes there. And no change here either. A huge moment. Ooh, Hampton and Richmond living dangerously. A loose touch at the back, nearly setting Francis Amate on his way. Not sure quite who that was from, but the defender does make up for it and gets in the sliding challenge to poke the ball away from the attacker. Hampton and Richmond, as I said, living dangerously. They need to regain a little bit of composure as, again, the ball given away. This time in Weymouth's half, so not too much of a concern. But Hampton and Richmond, throughout this season, have been known to put together some really nice passages of play. They've got the technical players. They've got the players with an eye for a pass. They just need to keep their nerves here slightly. I think the pressure of the scenario of this game coming up against the team in Weymouth, bottom of the league, 6 games played, no points, 6 straight defeats, no goals in now over 500 minutes of football. I think that does come into players' thinking, and you don't want to be the side that gave that away. Is Dom Revan just cleaning up at the back before going back to Ted Curd in the end anyway. As I said, Weymouth have had their chances, but maybe just missing one of their other true goal scorers, Malachi Linton. He scored 50% of Weymouth's goals this season. Bearing in mind they've only scored 2 goals this season, so that tells you exactly how many he's scored. But here they come again, winning the ball back in a great position, now inside the box. Challenge from Hampton and Richmond, 1 back. And here comes Villette in the middle of the park. And just slows play down slightly. But Malachi Linton, was injured in that game against Slough on Saturday. And his manager, Mark Molesley, obviously disappointed with that. He said, unfortunately, it's a hamstring injury, so it's not ideal for us. He's another top quality player that we'll miss for a chunk of the season, so we'll try and get him back as soon as we can. But we now have to find a way to win without him for the time being. Last season, in just 9 starts, he amounted 5 goals, so that gives you a much better reflection of just how important he can be to the Terriers. But of course, as Hampton and Richmond supporters will know, Francis Amate is more than a vicious enough threat, scoring in his very short loan spell with Hampton and Richmond against Farnborough a couple of seasons ago, and then returning the favour a few weeks after that whilst on loan at Farnborough, knocking us out of the FA Trophy that season. Well, eventually Villette comes out with the ball in a dangerous area. He got the shot away, and the goalkeeper, Bill Terrell, not comfortable with it. It was a long, long way out, and he saw it all the way, but it just bounced in front of him. He did drop it. Babajide was the one chasing it down, but the goalkeeper got onto it in the end. Well, of course, the live chat is open on YouTube as well, so do feel free to get involved in the comments section as well. Let us know how you're feeling about the season so far. Let us know what you're thinking about Alan Julian and his Hampton and Richmond team. There's currently 30 of you listening. We've only got 2 likes, which we can't have, so please do like this video if you haven't done so already. It actually really does help us out. It takes you about 2 seconds to do. You might think nothing of it, but for us it's very important. So there's 28 of you listening. Please, all of you, hit that like button as quickly as you can. Billy Taylor says, what do you think of the lineup today? Well, it's good to see a player of Dom Revan's quality back. This time he is at centre-back, which he can play very comfortably, and he's more than equipped to do that. His natural position would be out on the right-hand side. But today his qualities needed at centre-half instead. Archie Taylor has come on in the last few moments. We'll just find out who that was for. But still 0-0 here with just over 30 minutes to go. And it probably should have been, to be fair, 1-0 to Weymouth not 10 minutes ago, if not for a stupendous save from Ted Curd. There's still no other goals in the National League South, so just to recap, Bath City, a goal to the good at home to Truro City. Eastbourne Borough leading at home to Enfield Town. Hornchurch also in front by a goal to 0 against Farnborough. Maidstone United 1, Chelmsford City 2, Salisbury 1, Chesham United 2, Tonbridge Angels 0, St Albans City 0, Torquay United 3, Chippenham Town 0. I mean, that game's as good as over now anyway. And Weston-super-Mare 0, Slough Town 0. Weston-super-Mare looking for a 5th straight win in that game, beating Maidstone and Chelmsford in their current 4-game streak. To overcome a team such as Slough, who, as I said earlier, have just gone a whole year unbeaten at home, that would be a fantastic achievement for the Seagulls. So, sitting in 6th place as well, it's looking like they have a very positive season ahead of them. Hampton and Richmond looking to create an opening. Babajide just outside the box. Now out to James Roberts, who cuts in. Tries to find a teammate at the back post, who goes down. And the referee gives a free kick against the Hampton and Richmond player. So that passage of play quickly coming to an end. Well, if the scores were to stay as they were, this would be the first recorded draw between the two teams, who've only played each other 8 times before tonight. 4 wins apiece. Although last season, very positive for Hampton and Richmond, that 4-2 away win at the Bob Lucas towards the end of the campaign. And then in our first home game of the season, amidst a mire of controversy, a late penalty, multiple floodlight failures. What a night. That was the night that National League football truly came home. Here come Weymouth breaking through again after possession given away in a dangerous area, but Revan and Atkinson combining well, or Revan and Jack Taylor, I should say, combining well at the back to crowd out the attacker, and now just playing it around the back, looking to really just get their feet on the ball and craft some possession and try to move the ball forward, regaining a little bit of confidence, which seems to have been lost composure-wise in the passing department. Not quite as crisp as it has been in previous games. Just seem to be rushing things ever so slightly. Atkinson receives a ball back from Babajide. Dom Revan forced into an uncomfortable situation, but he's dealt with it well, and back to Ted Curd. But Weymouth, the team, pressing from the front and causing the Beavers some issues. 3 substitutions already made. For the away team. James Roberts just trying to carve open the Weymouth backline with a through ball. It was intercepted though. And now straight away down the other end, Dom Revan forced to stick his foot out to halt Francis Amate, who was bombing forwards. Good work from him. And then Josh Keir wins a free kick just over the halfway line. So 26 minutes or so remaining at the Bob Lucas Stadium. Still Weymouth 0, Hampton and Richmond 0. Both teams desperate for a win tonight. A draw wouldn't really have either set of supporters leaving too happy, although probably benefits Weymouth slightly more. At least they would be off the mark. Here's Hampton and Richmond now with the ball on this near side of Archie Taylor. He crosses it into a decent position, headed up in the air though. Still inside the box. And then just given away, and Weymouth charging forwards. Hampton and Richmond should have enough back to deal with this. Amate again up against Revan. He sets off his number 2, Brooklyn. Genesini. His cross is blocked out for the goal, the throw-in, sorry. Which was taken quickly. And now passed to the edge of the box. The shot could have gone anywhere. It was blocked at close range. And now it's Hampton and Richmond's turn to try and get from back to front nice and quickly. Jake Gray spreading the play over to the left-hand side. Well, there is a goal now at the Optimus Stadium. We'll tell you about that in a second, though. Here's James Roberts with the shot. Straight down the throat of Bill Terrell, who's down quickly to his right-hand side. And it remains goalless here at the Bob Lucas. But goal, as I said, at the Optimus Stadium. Western-super-Mare now in front. They are staring down the barrel of 5 straight wins against a very impressive Slough Town. The goal scorer for them, Luke Coulson. This would be only the second time this season that Slough Town haven't taken maximum points. They're yet to draw a game. And it looks like that's what they're going to need to do to get something from that long trip down to the southwest. And it's another corner for Weymouth here, though, at the Bob Lucas. Cross to the back post, headed away again by a white shirt. And now a throw-in on the far side. Currently it's Torquay United who move up to second, just a point behind Hemel Hempstead, who secured their 5th win of the season yesterday to remain unbeaten. And their other counterparts also unbeaten this season. Tonbridge Angels have, well, apparently may have taken the lead. I'll wait a few moments for confirmation of that. I'm not 100% sure. But it looks like it could be another bad evening for St Albans City if that is the case. Weymouth with possession on the halfway line, given away though. Neither team really able to settle. Maybe you'd say Weymouth just shading proceedings so far. Jack Taylor goes sideways to his partner, Dom Revan. He then finds Archie Taylor on the right. Well, there may well have been a sniff of a goal at Tonbridge, but the scores remain goalless. So the 2 goalless games here at the Bob Lucas, Weymouth 0, Hampton and Richmond 0, and at Longmead, Tonbridge Angels 0, St Albans City 0. And Alex Wall looks like he is preparing to come on. So once again, we ask the question, will that be alongside Babajide, or will it be a straight like-for-like replacement? We'll let you know as soon as we find that out as well. Thank you once again to everybody who is watching. Please do make sure to press that like button. It really does help us out. And share it with your friends as well. It's looking like it could be a tense final 20 minutes or so. Watch this space. Weymouth 0, Hampton and Richmond 0. Both teams desperate for a win. Well, we're seeing the notification again, and it looks like the goal has been given. Tonbridge Angels take the lead in the 70th minute against St Albans City. What a big goal that could be. So 7 games played and only 1 where Tonbridge have not seen a goal either end. St Albans, well, only Maidstone and Weymouth have scored less than them, and they failed to record a clean sheet in 7 games. Make that 8 now. We'll just wait to see who the goal scorer is, but Tonbridge looks like they're going to keep their unbeaten streak alive to partner up alongside Hemel Hempstead. Tonbridge move into 4th as things stand on 15 points, 2 points behind Hemel. As soon as I find out who the goal scorer was, I will let you know. Elsewhere, all scores remain the same. The most recent goal coming at the Optima Stadium, Western-super-Mare taking the lead against Slough Town. Trevan Robinson gets the credit, handing Tonbridge Angels the lead at home. Tonbridge 1, St Albans City 0. As I said, a very positive day for most of the home side so far. Which way will it swing here at the Bob Lucas? Let us know if you'll be coming along to the Beverley this Saturday where we host Boreham Wood. Tickets are available on our website, www.hamrichfc.com, and tickets are, of course, cheaper if you order them online in advance. So that's this Saturday, Hampton and Richmond versus Boreham Wood, Beverley Stadium, Station Road, Hampton, TW12 2BX. I hope to see as many of you there as possible. Of course, if you can't make it, we will have live commentary for you as well on our YouTube channel. And with today's technical issues in the first half, we should have those all resolved for this Saturday as well, which of course is such a huge game. So we want to make sure we're perfect for it, on and off the pitch. But still, neither side in this game really taking charge. It's turned into a slightly sloppy game. Again, both teams do seem desperate to get the 3 points. Alex Wall does join this game. Archie Taylor, we said, came on earlier. That indeed was for Jordan Brissett. Well, if you are on Twitter, there's a fantastic picture on the Weymouth Twitter account showing that Ted Curd save in the 50th minute. What a save it was. The picture doesn't quite do it justice, but it is a good picture nonetheless. So do go and have a look at that after proceedings finish here. So it looks like Alex Wall has come on as a straight replacement for Bunmi Babajide. But in the meantime, another free kick. A good 35 yards out over on the left-hand side for Weymouth. So another chance to whip it in to a dangerous position. Ted Curd has done so well already this season and in this game. Are we going to require his services once again? You would imagine so. And yes, the score's here, still 0-0 Lyle. Thank you very much for getting involved. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And if you haven't done so already, please do smash the like button. If we reach 30 likes, Hampton and Richmond will definitely win today. That's just the way it works. So go ahead and do that. In comes the cross for Weymouth. And straight into the arms of the ever-present Ted Curd. Here come Hampton and Richmond, bombarding over the halfway line. They've got a man in space on the near side. Alex Wall has drifted out wide. He now has it just on the edge of the box. Plays it central. Archie Taylor receives it. He crosses into a good area. Shot comes in. It's an own goal. But Hampton and Richmond won't care about that at all. Not quite sure who got the shot away for Hampton and Richmond. But Weymouth, well, the manager spoke about fine margins and luck, Mark Molesley. He'll feel like they've been on the wrong end of that again. The attempted clearance is fairly eerily similar to the own goal from Archie Taylor on the weekend. This time it goes in our favour and against the ever unlucky Weymouth. But Hampton and Richmond do indeed have their lead. I think that's going to have to go down as an own goal. We'll definitely take a look at that and check. But for my money, that is an own goal. But more importantly, it's Weymouth 0, Hampton and Richmond 1, with just over 15 minutes to go. It doesn't matter how you get them. It just matters that you get them. Big goal here at the Bob Lucas Stadium. Jack Taylor, whilst the players were all celebrating, just taking on some commands from his bench. Donovan Chislett, Luke Ruddock, and Alan Julian, of course, will want to shore things up for sure. It's not been a comfortable game at all, of course, only just scoring with 15 minutes to go. Either side could have taken the lead at different parts of this game. Hampton and Richmond with the tilt of the luck at that moment, but Weymouth straight down the other end, and they've earned themselves a corner. Once again, this game absolutely is not over. Plenty of time for the hosts. Going to be an in-swinger from the far side. If you're just joining us, Hampton and Richmond, not a couple of minutes ago, took the lead through that own goal. But Weymouth, straight down the other end, have got a corner. In comes the delivery, straight on top of Ted Curd again, and he rises highest. And absolutely, Lyle, the good luck charm. And with 30 concurrent viewers, we're still sat on 14 likes. What's going on, everybody? Let's get at least to 20. 20 likes. And Hampton and Richmond will hold out. Maybe even score another one. Ted Curd with the ball at his feet. Out to Jack Taylor. Now Atkinson, who has pushed back into a more comfortable midfield role. Well, that goal moves Hampton and Richmond out of 20th position, with Chelmsford taking the lead earlier on. They're now up to 17th on 8 points. Appeals for a Weymouth throw. Appeals given. But Hampton and Richmond currently overtaking Chelmsford, Maidstone and Welling to hop up into 17th with 2 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats. That is as long as the score stays as it is now. So, an entertaining night of Vanarama National League South football, whatever happens. Goals in every single fixture. No nil-nils here. It's the best league in the world. I've always said that. The Vanarama National League South. James Roberts characteristically deals with the high ball very well, finding a teammate with it, and then chases down the keeper, forcing him to dribble the ball back into his own box so that he can lift it up. Ball over the top now, looking for Amate, but that's going to run straight through to Ted Curd, who rather theatrically dives on the ball. Looks like there is a player down, though, for Hampton and Richmond. Can't quite see who it is from this angle. So Hampton and Richmond players and the Weymouth players come over for a quick water break and some final instructions, with time fast ticking away. 12 minutes to go by my watch. So just a quick update of around the grounds. Bath City with a very up and down season so far, with 2 wins, a draw and 3 defeats. They are now a goal to the good with 8 minutes to go against Truro City at home. Eastbourne Borough, likewise, 3 wins, 2 draws and a loss. They're a goal to the good at home to Enfield Town. Hornchurch, whose other previous win so far this season, the first coming against Hampton and Richmond on opening day, they lead by a goal to 0 at home to Farnborough. Maidstone United 1, Chelmsford City 2. Chelmsford City coming back from a goal down in that first half. A very early goal for Maidstone, scored in the 2nd minute. That work all undone in the first half, and still in the lead. Chelmsford City find themselves. They're looking for their first win of the season and getting ever closer. Salisbury 1, Chesham United 2. And I think it was Dom Revan who was down and injured, but he is stood by the halfway line, indicating to me that he'll be ready to come back on. He does need to start from the side of the pitch, as he did require medical attention. So Ted Curd picks the ball up and Dom Revan comes straight back onto the field. So we're back underway here. Tonbridge Angels leading St Albans City. St Albans City, along with Weymouth, currently, if results stay the same, will be the only teams left without a registered win in the league this season. Tonbridge Angels leading by a goal to 0 there. Torquay United, very comfortable first half, not really needed to get out of second gear in the second. They lead Chippenham Town 3 goals to 0. And the Seagulls, Western Supermare 1, Slough Town 0. Slough Town unable to take the high of reaching a whole year undefeated at home, on the road with them to Western Supermare, and the hosts in the lead with still 15 minutes to go in that one. And then down at the Bob Lucas, the most important one, Hampton and Richmond winning by a goal to 0, courtesy of that own goal. Corey Jordan was the player who put it into his own net. Thank you again to everybody who is tuning in. Please do hit that like button. We've got to reach 20. We've got to reach 20. So less than 9 minutes to go here at Weymouth, and it is the hosts on the attack. Ball into the area, and the header, it was straight at Ted Curd, but throughout this game, Weymouth have looked like they can cause us problems. Still plenty of time. 8 minutes plus any additional. It's a long ball forwards for Hampton and Richmond. Ball finds itself back at the feet of the goalkeeper, Bill Terrell. And Weymouth now trying to pass their way forwards. Well, we said Chelmsford were hopeful of holding out for their first win of the season against a key rival like Maidstone United, who took the lead earlier in the game. There has been another goal, and it's gone Chelmsford City's way. They now are 2 to the good at the Gallagher with 5 minutes to go. It's Maidstone United 1, Chelmsford City 3. And this is very much now looking like it will be Chelmsford City's first win of the season. Charlie Ruff, the Chelmsford City hero, especially last season in their playoff run. He has given them their 3rd goal to put them potentially out of sight of Maidstone at home. A disappointing home run for them so far this season. Maidstone United 1, Chelmsford City 3. And Weymouth slowly building up their attack. The ball has now gone out of play for a Hampton and Richmond throw in, so more seconds ticking by. The furthest forward Hampton and Richmond player is James Roberts, who's on this near side, the opposite side to where the ball is. Alex Wall, Jake Gray have all dropped right back in to try and make the middle of the pitch as condensed as possible, with Weymouth still coming forwards. Jack Taylor, ever present so far in his young career at Beverley, on loan from Sutton, just eases the ball out of play like a seasoned professional. So that Chelmsford City goal doesn't improve their league standings anymore, although they are above Maidstone United now. They are, Chelmsford City, now in 19th place on 6 points, level with Maidstone, but that third goal improving their goal difference. Maidstone United now 4 goals scored this season, but 7 conceded. Not the start George Elokobi would have expected, and Hampton and Richmond doing their part in that as well, going to Gallagher, holding out a tough 0-0 draw early in August. Great performance from Alan Julian's side that day. And in all honesty, not the cleanest of performances, especially with the other 6 games we've seen so far. But at the moment, Alan Julian's side doing what needs to be done, doing just about enough so far. 5 minutes left of regular time. Weymouth 0, Hampton and Richmond 1. Thank you to all 30 of you who are tuned in currently to check in on the remaining moments in this game. Please do press that like button if you haven't done so already. We're so nearly at 20. And it will really just cap off a fine, fine evening if we could hit that mark, or even better. James Roberts rises highest to win the header. It's going to come back the Beavers' way, but instead the referee stops play with Weymouth's number 3, Leo Hamblin, another familiar face. With the ball in hand, ready to resume. Well, that Maidstone-Chelmsford game, one of the furthest along there now in the 90th minute, and looks set to be a maiden win of the season for Chelmsford. Likewise, Bath City a goal to the good at home to Truro. That's now in the 90th minute. Truro, after 3 games won in a row with 10 goals scored in that time and only 2 conceded, looks like that is going to come to an end today unless they can grab a late equaliser at Twerton Park. Well, things just keep getting from better to fantastic. If you are a Chelmsford City fan, George Elokobi staring at an abysmal display now for his team, and supporters will be asking questions, you imagine. It's now Maidstone United 1, Chelmsford City 4. Bearing in mind, in the first minute, Aaron Blair gave the Stones the lead. Since then, it's been nothing short of a catastrophe. 2 goals in the first half, both scored by Osman Foyo. Charlie Ruff adding a third in the second with 5 minutes to go. He's just added his second. Charlie Ruff with a double as well to make it 4 on the night for Chelmsford City in a crunch game against Maidstone United. Very disappointing for the Stones. With Chelmsford City recording their first win, that's now essentially guaranteed. Weymouth still in search of their first points, let alone a first win. Can they grab something in these last few minutes? We'll find out, with Weymouth looking to launch an attack now. But the only other team in the league now, besides Weymouth, to not record a win is St Albans City. They were a goal down at Longmead. There's been a goal there. Unfortunately, if you are a Saints fan, it's gone to Tonbridge Angels. It's now Tonbridge 2, St Albans City 0. That goal coming in at 90th minute to put the game beyond doubt, unfortunately. A simply catastrophic start to what should have been a promising season. Great recruitment going on at St Albans at Clarence Park, but as of yet unable to really gel. They're 2 goals down and staring a 6th defeat in 7 games. Only 1 point on the board. That means they're in 23rd, just a point clear of Weymouth as it stands. Hampton and Richmond are in the right area of the pitch in the 90th minute. They're right down by the corner flag on the far side. Although very quickly it's now out for a throw. It's simply sensational stuff. 91st minute. Chelmsford City have their 5th of the evening. Now, what it would be to be a Chelmsford City fan tonight, the range of emotions is palpable. Freddie Hockey adding insult to injury against Maidstone United. Maidstone 1, Chelmsford 5. Here are Weymouth on the left-hand side, getting past one, inside the box. Dangerous cross. It's deflected away, still in play. The clearance finds only a Weymouth shirt on the halfway line. Things well and truly over at the Gallagher Stadium. That is not the case here at the Bob Lucas. Weymouth still in with a chance of recording their first points of the season. We are now beyond the 90. Not too sure how much has been added on. And it says a throw-in for Weymouth right down by the corner flag. Long throw into the box. Headed away for now. James Roberts won the initial foot race to the ball. Josh Keir providing assistance to him. And then Alex Wall doing what needed to be done. He got himself forwards to hold it up. And as Hampton and Richmond regain their shape, Weymouth will start again with the ball at the back. Shot from range, and it's scuffed by the number 20, Fareed Salifu, substitute for Weymouth tonight, and that's not going to be good enough to cause any trouble for Ted Curd, who's already had a miraculous moment earlier at the start of the second half. A save that we may well look back on as the season progresses. Certainly tonight, it's absolutely put us, or allowed us to get into the situation we now find ourselves in. But how big could it be as the season progresses? Who knows? As we do come towards the end, thank you to everybody who has tuned in throughout the second half. Apologies for the technical issues in the first half. Alex Wall trying to get the ball down to James Roberts. It then comes back and goes out of play. It's going to be a throw in to Hampton and Richmond. We'll take that. And Adam, there's a reason you don't see any National League South games being played. It's because there are rules. We would love to show you the game. Unfortunately, we cannot do that. If we did, we'd get into lots of trouble with the National League, DAZN, all sorts. So that is why. We'd love to, though. Apologies. It's not us. But we hope you're able to somewhat enjoy when you're not able to get to the game. Likewise, for this Saturday, if you haven't already done so, please do get your tickets for Hampton and Richmond versus Boreham Wood at the Bev 3 o'clock kickoff. Tickets are available on our website, www.hamrichfc.com. Tickets are, of course, cheaper when ordered in advance online. Another cross deep into the box. Ted Curd with the punch away stays in play, which allows the defence to clear up to the halfway line. Now into the 4th minute of additional time here. The referee did have a brief check of his watch there. Still on we play. A couple of full times coming in around the Vanarama National League South. Another shot for Weymouth. Appeals for either a penalty or a corner seemed slightly half-hearted. In the end, the referee, who took his time to judge the situation, points for the goal kick. Well, it's not been a high-scoring affair, but it's certainly been an intriguing one. Both teams not quite at their best. Hampton and Richmond certainly not at their fluid best in the passing department. But in a game like this, I think the script points towards a big, big upset. At the end of the day, Hampton and Richmond so far have done everything that they've needed to do to avoid such an upset and just get out of the Bob Lucas with another big 3 points. But still, the clock goes on. Ted Curd clears away. James Roberts tries to keep it in play. He's not able to do so. Goes out for another throw-in. And Weston-super-Mare, late on against Slough, have found the second to wrap up points for them. A great start to the season. 5 straight wins for the Seagulls off the back of a disappointing start with 2 defeats in the opening couple of weeks. They were in 6th, but they've now moved themselves up to 5th place on 15 points, sorry. Well, Alan Julian is checking his watch. The referee blew his whistle, but that's just for a free kick on the halfway line. Alan Julian again tapping his watch to the 4th official, tapping his watch to the referee. Weymouth may well be out of time, but they launch the ball forward again. Into the box it goes. They've got numbers. There's a shot. It's blocked away. And the referee blows the whistle. Weymouth players all over the park collapse. It's unlucky for them at the end of the day, but Hampton and Richmond absolutely will take it. They come out of the Bob Lucas Stadium with the all-important 3 points. That's all anyone will remember this game for. An interesting one to watch live, but not one that will live long in the memory. A lone own goal is all that separates it between the Terrors and the Beavers. And thankfully for us, for Alan Julian's side, his players, his staff, and the faithful fans who are watching our live stream tonight and at the Bob Lucas Stadium themselves, it's an all-important win. Very, very much needed. Of course, there'll be plenty more reaction to this game throughout the evening. I'm sure we'll have an interview with the manager himself. We'll quickly go through the full-time results around the Vanarama National League South as well. Another big night with goals all over the place. And, of course, there was a goal here, that own goal coming at the expense of Corey Jordan in the 72nd minute. But wouldn't have given us the win if not for a huge save by the goalkeeper, Ted Curd. He may well have put himself firmly on track for another National League South Team of the Week award, potentially. But because he's been doing so well, maybe even better than that. We'll see what happens. So just taking you around the final scores in the Vanarama National League South. At Twerton Park, Bath City scoring in the first half through Wanjao Smith. They hold out for a 1-0 win against Truro. Likewise, at the Reach TV Stadium. Alfie Pavy's goal in the first half, good enough for Eastbourne Borough to win 1-0 against Enfield Town. Still going at the Hornchurch Stadium, but well beyond the 90 minutes, Liam Nash has put the hosts 1-0 to the good against Farnborough. Disaster for George Ellacobi and his Stones players at home. Blair with an opening goal in the first minute, completely undone by 5 goals for Chelmsford. 2 in the first half to put them in the lead, and 3 towards the end of the game to really rub salt in the wounds. I imagine there'll be quite a big fallout from that indeed. Over at the Raymond Meckenhill Stadium, Silver put the hosts in front, only for Chesham United to go down the other end twice before the end of the first 45 and completely turn that game around. It finished there, Salisbury 1, Chesham United 2. At Tonbridge Angels, the Angels have continued their unbeaten start to the season, securing the 3 points in the process as well, ensuring that St Albans continue their season without a win and only 1 draw to show from 7 games. Trevor Robinson and Timmy Abraham getting the goals there for the home side at Longmead. Likewise at Plainmoor, Torquay United, as I said, throughout the evening, a very easy night for them. 3-0 in the first half against Chippenham Town, and that was all she wrote. Fairly bog standard for them. They are on course for an incredibly impressive season after a lot of financial turmoil in the last couple of years. And then the final result, which is still ongoing, but it looks like that's pretty much all confirmed. West Ham Supermare, 2 goals in the second half coming through Luke Coulson and Dylan Morgan. They are 2-0 to the good against Slough Town. It looks like their good run is going to come to an end. 4 straight wins for them, 5 from 6. It's now going to be 2 defeats in 7 for them. But they'll still be happy because they've gone a whole year at home unbeaten, so they'll be looking to get back to Arbour Park nice and quickly. A very quick look at the league table before we go. Thank you very much to everybody who's joined us. Please do leave a like on the video if you haven't done so already. Tonbridge Angels, big beneficiaries. They move up to 4th place now on 15 points. Slough Town maintain their position in 3rd place. Hemel Hempstead, after doing a fantastic performance yesterday, winning 4-2 at home against Welling United. They are in 1st place. 7 games played, 5 wins, 2 draws, 15 goals scored, 7 conceded, 17 points. Puts them a point in front of 2nd place Torquay United, who have closed the gap after another easy performance tonight. But most importantly, Hampton and Richmond, after that 1-0 win against Weymouth tonight, they have jumped up from 20th at one point this evening to 17th. They now have 8 points with 2 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats. Overall, a very, very positive evening indeed. I've been Louis Fell. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring you this second half at least. We look forward to trying to do many more of these watch-along types for you. If you enjoyed it, please let us know. Get in the comments section, the live chat, all the comments after this video has ended. But for now, we'll let you enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening and the rest of your week. We'll see you at the Bev on Saturday when we host Boreham Wood. 3 p.m. kickoff. Tickets available on our website, www.hamrichfc.com. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care and enjoy the rest of your evening.